Who was William Wallace? Why is he considered the guardian of Scotland? William Wallace stands as one of Scotland's most revered national heroes, a symbol of resistance against oppression and a champion of Scottish independence. His life, though marked by a tragic end, inspired generations of Scots to fight for their freedom and has cemented his place in history as a key figure in the struggle against English rule during the late 13th and early 14th centuries. Let's explore the life of William Wallace, his role in the wars of Scottish independence, his legacy, and his enduring influence on Scottish national identity. Early life and the rise of a patriot. William Wallace was born around 1270 in Elderslie in Renfrewshire or possibly Ellerslie in Ayrshire, to a family of minor nobility. Very little is known about his early life, which has led to a mixture of historical facts and legendary tales filling the gaps in the narrative. His upbringing in a Scotland under the increasing influence and encroachment of England likely fueled his sense of patriotism and resistance. The political landscape of Scotland during Wallace's youth was tumultuous. Following the death of King Alexander III in 1286 and the subsequent death of his heir, Margaret, Maid of Norway, in 1290, Scotland was left without a clear successor to the throne. This vacuum led to a power struggle and eventually to English intervention. Edward I of England, known for his ambition to control the British Isles, saw an opportunity to exert influence over Scotland, leading to his support of John Balliol as king, albeit a puppet ruler under Edward's thumb. This period of unrest and English dominance set the stage for Wallace's emergence as a leader. The specifics of how Wallace came to be involved in the resistance are not entirely clear, but by 1297, he had gained notoriety as a key figure in the Scottish uprisings against English rule. The murder of William Heselrigg, the English Sheriff of Lanark, is one of the earliest recorded acts of rebellion attributed to Wallace, marking the beginning of his campaign against the English. The Battle of Stirling Bridge, Wallace's defining victory. The Battle of Stirling Bridge in September 1297 stands as one of William Wallace's most significant military achievements and a turning point in the wars of Scottish independence. Facing a well-equipped and numerically superior English army led by the Earl of Surrey, Wallace and his co-commander Andrew Murray devised a strategy that capitalized on their intimate knowledge of the terrain and the tactical mistakes of their opponents. The English forces, confident in their numbers and strength, attempted to cross the narrow Stirling Bridge, underestimating the tactical advantage this provided to the Scots. Wallace's forces waited until a significant portion of the English army had crossed the bridge before launching a fierce attack. The confined space and the inability of the English to bring their full force to bear led to a devastating defeat. The Scots routed the English, leading to significant losses on the English side, including the death of Hugh de Cressingham, Edward I's treasurer in Scotland. The victory at Stirling Bridge was more than just a military success, it was a psychological blow to the English and a significant boost to Scottish morale. It established Wallace as a formidable leader and temporarily secured Scotland from English domination. The battle also demonstrated Wallace's ability to inspire and lead a diverse group of Scots, from commoners to nobility, in a united front against a common enemy. Wallace as Guardian of Scotland. Following the victory at Stirling Bridge, Wallace was appointed Guardian of Scotland in the name of King John Balliol, who had been deposed by Edward I. This title reflected both his military leadership and his role as a symbol of Scottish resistance. As Guardian, Wallace attempted to maintain Scotland's independence through both military means and governance, although his tenure was marked by constant challenges. One of Wallace's primary goals was to secure support from foreign powers, particularly France, in the struggle against England. In 1299, he led a diplomatic mission to the French court, seeking military aid and formal recognition of Scottish independence. Although this mission did not immediately yield the desired results, it highlighted Wallace's strategic thinking and his understanding of the importance of international alliances in Scotland's fight against England. However, Wallace's position as Guardian was fraught with difficulties. The Scottish nobility, divided in their loyalties and ambitions, often undermined his efforts. Moreover, the English, under Edward I, regrouped and launched a renewed invasion of Scotland. Wallace's lack of support from some of the Scottish nobles and the sheer power of the English military eventually led to his defeat at the Battle of Falkirk in July 1298. The Battle of Falkirk was a significant loss for Wallace. Despite his strategic use of schiltrons, circular formations of spearmen, the superior numbers and archery of the English forces overwhelmed the Scots. Wallace's forces were decisively defeated, leading to his resignation as Guardian of Scotland. However, even in defeat, Wallace's legend grew. He became a symbol of resistance and defiance, embodying the struggle for Scottish freedom. Capture and execution, the martyrdom of Wallace. After the defeat at Falkirk, Wallace's role in the Scottish resistance became more covert. He continued to fight against the English occupation, but his influence waned as the struggle was increasingly led by other figures, such as Robert the Bruce. Wallace's continued resistance made him a target for the English, and in August 1305, he was betrayed and captured near Glasgow. Wallace was taken to London, where he was put on trial for treason, despite the fact that he had never sworn allegiance to Edward I. The trial was a formality, with the outcome predetermined. Wallace was condemned as a traitor and sentenced to a brutal execution. On August 23, 1305, he was hanged, drawn, and quartered, a punishment designed to serve as a warning to others who might dare to defy English authority. Wallace's execution was intended to break the spirit of Scottish resistance, but it had the opposite effect. His martyrdom galvanized the Scottish people and further entrenched his status as a national hero. The brutality of his death only served to highlight the righteousness of his cause in the eyes of his supporters. Wallace's unwavering commitment to Scotland's independence, even in the face of death, left an indelible mark on Scottish history. Legacy and influence. The legacy of William Wallace extends far beyond his lifetime. He became a symbol of Scottish nationalism, inspiring future generations to continue the fight for independence. His life and deeds were immortalized in the epic poem The Wallace by Blind Harry, written in the 15th century. Although the poem blends historical facts with fiction, it played a significant role in cementing Wallace's place in Scottish folklore and national identity. Wallace's influence was particularly evident in the later campaigns of Robert the Bruce, who ultimately succeeded in securing Scotland's independence with his victory at the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314. Wallace's earlier efforts laid the groundwork for Bruce's success, demonstrating the importance of unity and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. In modern times, Wallace's legacy continues to be celebrated in Scotland. Monuments, such as the National Wallace Monument in Stirling, commemorate his life and contributions to the Scottish cause. His story has been popularized in various forms of media, most notably in the 1995 film Braveheart, which, despite historical inaccuracies, brought Wallace's story to a global audience and reinforced his status as a symbol of freedom and resistance against tyranny. William Wallace's life was marked by his unwavering commitment to the cause of Scottish independence. From his early days as a rebel leader to his role as Guardian of Scotland and his eventual martyrdom, Wallace's impact on Scottish history is profound. His legacy as a national hero and symbol of resistance has endured for centuries, inspiring countless individuals and movements dedicated to the principles of freedom and self-determination. Though he did not live to see Scotland freed from English domination, his spirit and determination played a crucial role in the eventual success of the Scottish struggle for independence, securing his place in the annals of history as one of Scotland's greatest patriots. Thanks for listening. Like and comment. And please subscribe, as that will help us get more videos out to those interested in the Middle Ages. See you next time on Medieval Chronicles 1066. Stay curious.
you.